Om Shanti, continued from part 10. Now we are heading to the part 2 of the book. Heading, The Supreme Personality. A short aside to the reader. Dear children, consider yourself a soul and remember me. In the words, Baba, the highest of the high, sums up his teachings. But behind this simple phrase lies a limitless treasure of knowledge and experience. Each day, therefore, Baba would descend anew from the incorporeal world to explain another aspect, another unseen implication, and most of all, he would exemplify his words in very practical ways, so that the lessons become indelibly engraved into the minds of his sweet children. People everywhere are familiar with the expression, God is love. But how many have had the unparalleled good fortune to experience His limitless love directly? By entering the body of Dada, He showed what it really means to be Father. God raised His divine family with such meticulous care and attention that even the simplest soul could understand immediately that here, indeed, is the ocean of love. When Shiva entered Dada's body, he renamed that soul, whose chariot he now shared with the name of PrajaPita Brahma. All those who heard the knowledge which Shiva spoke through Brahma's mouth became the mouth-born progeny, or Brahmins. And so, no matter what age they were, old mothers or teenagers, all who recognized him became his sweet children. They took the name Brahma Kumaris and Brahma Kumars, the pure sons and the daughters of Brahma. They gathered to him like needles to a magnet, and they stayed. And so on, an institution was created out of love, of souls for God, an institution of purification, a sacrificial fire, a yajna. And the yajna grew and grew as more and more souls heard and understood. Their hearts simply melted to grasp the nature of the process which was going on. The world was actually being transformed before their eyes. It began with one soul, that of PrajaPita Brahma. Soon, 400 moths had dashed headlong into the flame. Today, there are 100,000 Brahmins whose minds are firmly turned to Baba, who are purifying their natures, their sanskars, and who are channeling Baba's incredible vibrations into the material world, secretly affecting the nature itself, causing the present Iron Age to finish and paving the way for an age of gold, heralding the reappearance of the royal dynasty of the sun. The story of the birth of Yajna is told in the following pages largely through the words of those who experienced those ecstatic days themselves, those who witnessed Baba's arrival, who surrendered to him and who underwent the testing by fire, which made the young company invincible. The story, of course, is not yet complete, for the final scenes have yet to be played. Now the time has come for Baba to be hailed and recognized by the entire world. The face of every atheist will pale. The mind of every devotee of every bodily religion will boggle, and the truth of the present moment will be clearly visible. And then the fireworks will start. World War III, the final war. The great Mahabharata war will be launched. The terrible, swift sword of nuclear destruction will separate us all from those worn-out bodies, and we shall rise again, our subtle form, to the visionary plains and meet with our Creator to be judged. After that, Our loving Father Shiv Baba will guide us on our final homeward flight to Shantidham, the world of peace. Take heed while there is time. A ticket to the heavenly world awaits you. Your Father calls. Will you become His once again? Heading: An extraordinary satsang. Dada had stopped going out. His families, friends and neighbors, young and old, used to sit near him and listen to the deep knowledge he imparted about the soul. There was the tremendous power in his words. As his listeners churned over the extraordinary ideas in their minds, they became lighter and happier, suffused with an otherworldly glow. In a short time, the word spread to more distant relatives, and they also began to appear in the house. They felt immediately the charged vibrations in the atmosphere, vibrations of warmth and love and power which could not issue from a human being. And they gradually comprehended that Dada had become the corporeal medium which was being used by God to disseminate His highest knowledge. Baba gave special attention to women because women were greatly oppressed by the social customs, and he gave them the encouragement and power to overcome restrictive conditionings and to realize their full potential. Both men and women who came to see him received visions, sometimes of Sri Krishna and the future establishment of the Golden Age, and sometimes of the forthcoming destruction of the impure world of Kali Yuga, the Iron Age. The story of these visions spread rapidly. Soon, everyone in the city had heard that if you sit in satsang with Dada, you will get a divine vision. Many came to see if it was true. The newcomers did receive extraordinary and blissful experiences, but they thought that Dada was responsible. They did not realize that the Supreme Father Himself was behind this phenomenon and was speaking to them through Dada's mouth. Even Dada himself in the beginning wondered how these visions came about. Only later was it clear who was performing in such a miraculous manner. Among those who came to satsang was Rukmini, a lady from a very wealthy family. Her father-in-law was a local notable. Rukmini was very unhappy at this time, for her husband had just died. Her friends persuaded her that she might find solace in Dada's gathering. Hesitantly, she went there and sat before him and listened, and immediately a change came over her. Dada's manner and his words filled her with new courage. She went home in a profound state of happiness, and she advised her family to return with her the next day. "Let us go to see Om Baba," she said. "He has secret powers. There is a nectar in his speech. He has given me peace. His head shines with a divine aura, and there is such power in his drishti, the look which is in his eyes, that even a disturbed soul feels blissful in his presence." By seeing what a transformation had come over her, Rukmini's relatives became interested. One of her daughters, named Gopi, went to the next satsang with her, and immediately upon seeing Om Baba, she felt that she was in the presence of God. The Supreme Soul had come secretly into the body of Dada, but to a true seeker, he could not remain secret for long. Gopi experienced many visions, including the realization of herself as a pinpoint of light. She felt that she had become a Gopi indeed, and she had found the one for whom she had always sought. Today, she is known as Dadi Manmohini, a name of spiritual endearment which Baba gave her, and along with Dadi Prakashmani, she is one of the main pillars of the godly university which Shiv Baba has created. Om Shanti. To be continued further.